Robert for such a wonderful start. And just to introduce myself, I'm Cheryl. I will be your facilitator to continue our just-in-time session or workout for Shaping Futures. To formally introduce myself, I'm again Cheryl. I'm the HR business partner for Merck Philippines. I have almost 10 years of working experience. Most of it are not most, but all of it are HR. And I am very interested in this topic or in this workout, which is Shaping Futures, because of my background as a talent acquisition. As you may well be aware of, talent acquisition is like placing the right kind of talent to the right job. Interestingly enough, when I first started doing HR business partnering, I further realized the important role of HR and also of the line managers in shaping the future of our employees. So with that being said, we will now try to cover all of the other sections within the JIT workout of Shaping Futures in the next 24 minutes. Okay, so let's continue. Just a brief recap. I believe, according to Robert's good friend, psychologist Rosabeth Moss-Kantner, there are two types of people at work. We have the stuck, and the other one is
moving.
So we have the stuck and the moving. So for this section of the workout, we will find opportunities for them, for those stuck, to move, right? So we've also discussed, thanks to Robert, about the different hats of a manager. And I believe we do have different hats that we need to take on in our daily lives. So for now, let's just focus on the appraiser hat. Okay, so now imagine that you are an appraiser. And I would like to ask, what will be the role of an appraiser in developing or for those stock employees? What is the role of an appraiser to those stock? Yes, Robert.
Okay, well, I think as a manager, if you work as an appraiser as well, I mean, you need to assess the competency and the gaps of the person. So at least from there, you identify what are the things that he needs to work on, so he'll eventually feel supported and eventually move from stock to moving.
Yeah, that's a good thought, Robert. Any other thoughts from the group? Yeah. Yes.
I think as a manager, you also need to be very clear and firm the standards of why they're stuck there, and help them work together and to help them move.
Okay, so I can hear that Robert and Olive is saying that as an appraiser, you have to identify first the skill gaps, and then eventually you have to make them realize what those gaps are and to help them move. That's correct. So after being an appraiser, the next step would be to be a coach and a mentor. So now again, let's be a coach and a mentor. How do you think would being a coach and a mentor help those who are stuck? Yes, Jess.
Since they are stuck, so they are quite focused on current situation. So as a coach, maybe we can ask some questions to inspire whether they ever think of their future or even long term. So moving them mentally out of the current towards more broader scope.
Okay, that's one thing to look at it, and then that you have to make them realize where they are now and what are the available options. That's what you're trying to say. So as a coach, yes, that's one thing to look at it. And then another one is that, of course, as a coach and as a mentor, you've already identified the skills or the gaps. Then you would need to give them available options. Okay, the options for them on how to move from being stuck, because there are different career development opportunities for them within the organization. Or if not within the organization, that will be expanding it outside. Okay, so I just have a question for all of you. Was there ever a time, I believe Robert also asked you if you've encountered someone who has been stuck. But for now, I'd like you to reflect. Was there ever a time that you yourself has felt being stuck at work or at your career? Not anyone else, but you yourself. Have you ever felt stuck?
Yes.
Yes. I'm seeing several nods. Can you please share with me one time that you really felt stuck? Yes, yes, yes.
Real example.
Yes.
After 4 years being HR business partner,
Mhm.
that time I felt quite easy to handle everything,
Mhm.
and I did want to seek something different and more challenging. That time I thought of creatively to change to different business function as my HR partnership relationship, so I can face different challenges from specific functions and different stakeholders, and even broader my coverage of the HR partnership
Okay.
to create my market value.
So thank you for sharing that. So you mean to say that after being stuck, you develop some other skills, or go into other business options so that you would further your knowledge, right? If I may just share a personal experience, almost same with Jessie. I also mentioned that my background is talent acquisition. After several years of doing talent acquisition or recruitment, I think on my 6th or 7th year, I just stopped. Not stopped, I just stopped and just told myself, so where am I heading next? I don't know where to go. I felt that, personally, I felt that I've done everything in recruitment. I've been an individual contributor. I've been a leader. I went back to being an individual contributor. I've already done several profiles from different industries. So I was like, so where do I do next? And just I realized that what happened to me is being stuck. I got stuck. So what did I do to move? We discussed earlier that there are several, things that we could do to move, or we will be discussing several things to move. And according to my new friend, that Kay and Farren, there is a study that they did. See, Robert, I have a new friend, Kay and Farren, in 2006. They did a study called "Up is not the only way." Okay, up is not the only way, because for some people they think that promotion or going up is the only way for us to move into the ladder. But interestingly enough, there are several factors according to the paper that affects the lack of upwards movement in the organization, such as number 1, the flattening of our organization. I believe that we are all aware that the organizational structure of MERS as of the moment is flatter than ever. So there are really, I think Olive is agreeing that for now, the upwards opportunities for us is quite minimum, one of the factors. Another factor is that we are automating so many processes, so there's really not much room for us to move upwards, because instead of giving opportunities to employees, we do use machines. But also on the paper, they have identified several movements that we could do or that we could explore to help employees from being stuck to moving. Okay, so these are the different moves that we can do as managers or as people leaders to help those employees stuck to move. Can you please stand and just, okay. I'll give you a minute to read through it, just for you to familiarize yourself with the different moves. So these are the different moves. We have 5 different moves. Just please read through it. On the screen, you would see that we have the big steps and the smaller steps. The big steps would be the career moves, the big career moves, while the smaller step would mean the learning opportunities within our current role. All good?
Yeah.
Okay, so you may now take your seat, please. Later on during the, I will be giving, no, you have the handouts already, but please don't open it yet. Don't open the second seal, please. Later on, we'll use the handout. So as you've noticed, we have different moves. We have up, sidestep, expand, and explore. Okay? So going back to my personal story, okay, like what I've mentioned, I have this feeling. Oh, what happened? That's okay. My story first. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, so going back to my personal story of being stuck. Are you interested to know what happened next? What did they do? Did they just, did they just get stuck forever?
And that's more.
Tell us more.
You know,
Yeah, I moved. But what type of movement did I do? Is it just up or something else? So what I did was I identified where I am or where I would want to be in the future. So I visualized, what do I really want to be in the future? Where do I want to go? And then after I realized I still want to be in HR. I would still want to be in HR but not anymore in recruitment. Okay, so what did I do? I assessed my skills. Remember the 3 circles? They're in your handouts. You don't have to open the second seal, just the first seal. Yeah, it's there. Okay, so you have the 3 circles. So I assess my skills, what I am passionate about, my current skills, and the business needs. And then from there, of course, I have my manager. The manager took on several hats on me, like coaching, mentoring, and advocating, for me to be able to get to my desired or my aspiration, which is to be an HR business partner. So after a while, of course, several trainings, formal trainings, I did have that. But 70% I learned from myself, from my experience. Then eventually I moved. That would be expand. I expand my knowledge, more responsibility, new challenges, but I still have the same role. And then I sidestep. I broaden my knowledge, again, but I'm still in my same role. And eventually, I move up. So there was a promotion. So it doesn't necessarily mean that as managers, we only have one movement that we could do. Okay? We have to identify, again, the aspirations or the goals. We have to agree on that. And then identify several movements. Because if we cannot just give up, then we could do some other movements. Clear?
Here.
Okay, so we will do a little exercise. But before, not that exercise, that's physical exercise, mental exercise, okay? This is just in time. So, before we do that, let me just explain, okay? This exercise will help us explore more and to know more about the different moves that you would do as line managers or as people leaders, okay? So, we will group ourselves into 2. Once you have your groups, you will be assigned two moves. That would be a sidestep, expand, refocus, and of course, explore. We will leave out up because I think we're all familiar with up already. Okay, and once you are with your group, I will give you 2 minutes each for each poster or for each steps or moves to think about and answer these questions. When would you take or suggest this move? What practical things could you do? And which manager hats would help on that move? Clear? Okay, so now we can now stand. I would like all of you to line according to the last time that you took a vacation. This would be the most recent, let's say 3 months ago. And this would be the not so recent, let's say a year ago. Are we all having a hard time thinking about our vacation? This is not a vacation, by the way.
Half a year ago.
1 month ago.
Yeah, 1
Yes.
month. You're after me.
Yes.
1 month ago.
Yeah.
We'll be here.
Oh,
you both taking a vacation?
August, yeah. Oh, after me. I came back already.
Okay, sign up. Okay, this is interesting. So, Robert, when was the last time you've taken the vacation? This is not a vacation, Robert.
Yeah, it was weeks ago.
Weeks ago. How many weeks? 2 weeks? 3?
No, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay, at least it's a...
But weeks ago, yeah.
So it's
3
not,
weeks
it's not
ago.
work.
It's not break.
Okay, that's not nice to
On the
hear.
weekend. Yeah.
Okay, Olive, when was the last time?
November.
November, good.
Yes.
There
And
you go.
Oh.
November,
August.
August, and for Jessie,
August, July,
August. I'm glad to hear that it's not a year ago. I'm glad to hear that we're having a good time as well. Okay, so this is the groupings. I'd like Robert to please have it with Jessie. Please. For every group mates. And then for the 3 of you. Alright, so for Robert and Lucy, I'd like you to work on explore. Sorry, for Jessie and Robert, explore and sidestep. We have the pens there. And for the 3 lovely girls, you'll have the expand and refocus. Alright? The instructions are clear? Okay, so you will be given 2 minutes each for the posters. You may start. Yes, expanded with posters.
这个，我做过。 expanded 就是在 current 的路上。对 current 的路上。
Responsibility, more responsibility and new challenge.
Would you like me to move this? Okay.
What?
What practical things would you do?
Already challenge. Already.
Just have to answer when, what, and which. A minute left for your first move.
Japanese, I couldn't understand.
You didn't stretch.
Okay, 20 seconds left for your first move.
Just maybe take percentage of the target and then achieve the result.
He has a potential. We can use the dual stretching. He has potential to achieve more.
Yeah. Go extra mile.
Okay, if you're done, you can actually move to the other poster. Would you girls need more time? Okay. Just half a minute, okay?
Okay.
Oh, half a minute. I can do that.
What?
More responsibility.
More responsibility.
I think I agree.
Thank you, you can move there. Okay. 15 seconds.
Very much more experience.
Coach. Learning to sing.
Okay?
Thank you.
Here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Maybe we should look into take more challenge.
Different hats.
Where? Family reason and business reason.
人家可能有 personal reason。
啊，对，就是这样啊 personal
You
啊
have to go in your knowledge.
那 family 就是
我的意思就是说人家自己愿意嘛，我想就是转行业了嘛，所以我就觉得 interest for other。
那就是 personal
啊，对呀，
personal interest
啊 personal interest。
Business need.
yes
啊
Or for feelings are wrong. I think it's more for remember the
change
model?
function
what
I developing role.
你可以 change role。
Exploring that.
Job rotation.
那个 job rotation。
Role.
Okay, another
transfer
just last 1 minute.
Job transfer.
Broaden knowledge.
also
那个就是什么 change。
So it's like proposing things like that. It's skills in job. But logic.
Change in job like change mind. Yes. Change
After sales. It's like most of
change different
building
within the
business
same
acumen.
time. Yes.
Like developing the business acumen.
Yeah. Different level of intelligence.
serious
Okay, last.
function
Oh!
Just like it's change.
Changing from
Okay, please wrap it up. 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Please stay there. They're just finishing it up. Okay, very good. Okay, and now we have to Label ourselves as A, B, A, B. A, B, A, B, A. So for all A's, please just go here. And for all B's, and we should exchange ideas about the steps that you did. You're B, so you should be there. Correct the B's, yes. Okay, so you have 2 minutes each to discuss what you wrote there.
2 minutes.
Yeah, okay. Yes.
Okay, I'll explain, yes, why we consider people already well performed and they have potential for extra performance So, more responsibility, yes, and the which have
So explain some
responsibility.
More responsibilities and more challenges.
because the person is doing well in the role.
Yes. Okay. About being focused, when we consider, we discuss a lot about interesting. For example, marriage, we want to be spend the best time, or maybe someone who has new interested for the other direction. Yes. So I think it's personal interest, and the other one is business. In your business is the key driven to drive people to.
Most of the time this is about business. That's why they're quite
But for
careful.
me, my personal, I think it's personal interest. Okay, and what?
Last minute, girls. And
Boy.
Robert. No, Robert.
To the similar experience. Yes, so it's a get confident, and then we will.
Agree?
Yes.
Manager. I'm okay.
Okay.
Okay, once you're done, you could just please go back to your seats. Okay, thank you. Yeah, just please go back to your seats. Thank you for participating. Okay, please go back to your seats. Thank you all for participating. So, based on the discussions that you had, I would like you to think about how would you apply the learnings that you did with the moves moving forward in your work life. Once you go back, once you're done with the workout, how would you apply this? Yes, Jessie.
It actually helped me a lot by reading the definition of different moves.
Yeah.
Expand my knowledge of actually, firstly, recognize, oh, these are certain moves that we can also make for people within our authority. And also, I'm trying to, with Robert during the discussion, to differentiate certain moves, like explore versus expand. So quite find the definition, and actually these are happening, but we didn't realize. We didn't realize to let people know actually they are moving.
Yes.
While they may feel that they are stuck.
That's nice to hear that we're doing it already, but right now we could conceptualize it that this is the kind of move. People might think, or employees might think that I'm not